Just got to 844 Imports. I'm about to do a bunch of videos here, but before we get into that, let's talk about who won a free slot for the Honda Beat. And here's the number, 313. And the person who commented the closest was you, my friend, won a free slot. So make sure to DM me on Instagram, send me a screenshot of your YouTube profile, and I'll get you on the board. Update on the Honda Beat 2. We are down to 89 slots. We're almost there. Let's see if we get this full by next weekend, maybe even midweek next week. But all right, back to the video. What up? Coming to you live from 844 Import. So if you're in my Patreon, you know exactly why I'm here. If not, you'll find out in the next couple of videos. But we're currently in Baltimore right now. I'm going to drive all the way to Tennessee. We got to drop off some things. We got to pick up some things. And over the course of the next week, you'll see a bunch of videos. We're going to make a video on this Bravo for sure. Shout out to Frank, he just bought this. We're gonna highlight that. And then this Acti is pretty cheap. I'm thinking of maybe making his own video. I could see somebody wanting this and wanting me to go into depth and driving it. He only wants $4,000, I just tell you guys right now, but it's pretty clean. It has some, obviously some questionable areas, but for $4,000 stateside, it has an extended bed too. Like the bed's supposed to stop here, and you could see it's like, what is that, maybe like an extra 6-7 inches. And I'm not sure exactly what material it's made out of, but looks sturdy. Looks like it could be wood, and it still opens and closes like your normal K-Truck. So this is pretty interesting. But yeah, I might do its own separate video on this, just because people always ask me for K deals, and I could spend a good 10-12 minutes on just this guy. Also, last time I was here, there was a white Suzuki Jimny and the silver one. The white one is now sold, and he only has a silver one left. And I bought these rims last time I was in Japan, all the way back in November, and I figured by then I'd have another Jimny, but I haven't had one, and it's almost been a year. And Josh has been saying he wanted to buy these rims forever, so I was like, you know what? You could just have them. I'll add some money to my account. We can put that into a future purchase that I'm actually going to make in a couple days. And I think these on the Jimny, although I like the tri-spokes, I'm a big tri-spoke guy, I think this will make the car look even better. I think the silver with like the gunmetal is really going to look nice together. But this car is still here. I believe he wants $9,000. It has 31,000 kilometers, extremely low, 5-speed. Interior and everything is clean. This one shouldn't be here much longer. If I wasn't so stuck on getting a K car next, I think that I would be really open to getting this Jimny, especially with those rims, seeing how I had them at home anyway. Next, we got the Toyota Vista sleeper wagon. If you haven't seen that video, click the corner right now. This thing is very interesting. It's 4-wheel drive. It has like a D4 motor, which seems to be something similar to VTEC. It has all the cool little storage cubbies. Got one here, even here. This folds out. Then it has like 2 mini ones there. The interior comes with like a cool pattern. And the best part by far, digital dash. How do you beat that in like a 1997 car? But the star of the show is this Mitsubishi Bravo. So I'm not buying it, but you guys might remember Frank. Frank is the person who bought my first ever Bravo. He also then traded me the Bravo for the Delica. And then I think I traded the Delica back for the Crown. He still has my Crown. Frank has been on the channel a bunch of times, but he was actually thinking about buying this. And from my understanding, it's pretty much sold. So we're gonna check this thing out. Frank, I'm gonna do a fun video for you while you're back in your house. But I've been saying this since I had my Bravo. I honestly believe that the Mitsubishi Bravo is a top 2 K-van. I think it's really between the Sandbar and this. The Honda Street is cool, don't get me wrong. I think that's a great van. But in my opinion, someone who's been making a bunch of content on K-vans, and you know, I've driven a bunch of K-vans, I own a bunch of K-vans. For the most part, they're all pretty much the same exact thing. Some are 2-wheel drive, some are 4-wheel drive, some are 4-cylinder, some are 3-cylinder, some are even supercharged, but for the most part, they're kind of all exactly the same. But where I think the Bravo separates itself from the other vans is the amenities. For example, this one has power windows all around. There's not a lot of vans that have this. It has cool little features like this. You know, it's a little things. Is this really gonna help you get in and out of your van? Probably not, but it's just cool for it to be there. And the amenities don't stop there, because the Bravo has rear speakers. I think to this day, out of all the K-vans I've ever seen, ever made videos on, I can't think of another one that has rear speakers. Someone comment below, but I'm 99% sure that there's not a lot of ones that come with rear speakers from the factory. And not only that, but you have an AC outlet back here. You know, some more just fun mods that just completely make the van a lot more enjoyable. I'm not even going to talk too much about the glass roofs, because, you know, the Acti has that, Suzuki has that, Sandbar has that. A lot of brands have that, so that's not something that separates a Mitsubishi. Same with the fog lights. You can get fog lights on basically every K-van. I think they're a little more common on like the Bravos and Sandbars, but it isn't something rare or very hard to find, or even impossible. From what I know, the Bravo is the only van that has rear speakers and this outlet back here. And then power windows, I think I've seen maybe on a Suzuki, but the Sandbars don't have them. The Actis definitely don't have them. And sometimes, this one doesn't have it, but sometimes they even have a high-low. My Bravo had that. This one has the power mode, which is pretty nice. Automatic also. And any tack that goes all the way to 10, you know it's gonna be a fun car. So yeah, let's check this thing out. I remember when Josh was telling me he was gonna buy it, he had to get a complete like engine rebuild. I think it has a new timing belt, new water pump, new radiator, new everything. From top to bottom, this car is just mechanically perfect. It even has brand new tires with the sticker still on them. But exterior wise, I'm loving the blue, loving the two-tone. Let's walk around, loving the chrome mirrors too. It's fuel injected, which is nice. Comes with the backup camera that everybody loves. Back here, my van had a couple little rust bubbles. I don't see anything here, so that's good. These seats come down. This one even has grab handles back here, I guess if someone wants to go off-roading. Some of the Bravos even have the tilt seat. If you guys are really OGs of the channel, you remember when I had my Bravo, I used to always flip the seats. It doesn't look like this one does it, unfortunately, but this is a newer model. I don't believe this one goes back like the Sandbars. I think that one just pops open like the Honda Street. So let's check to see how that works. But let me show you guys the engine and how clean it looks under here. So you pop this open, do this. The timing belt was done at 5240. The car now has 5266. Like, it got literally done in Japan right before they shipped it over. New plugs, new wires. Look at that radiator, it looks brand new. Like I said, timing belt done. It's a 4-cylinder too, which is nice. People only like to think about the Sandbar when it comes to 4-cylinder, but Mitsubishi also has a 4-cylinder. And then I know there's a lot of people who say, oh my god, the engine's under your seat, you got free heated seats. It's really not that bad. As someone that owned multiple K cars that had the engine under the seat, it really isn't something you even notice. And then I put, like, you know, sound deadening and heat protection here just to make it even better, but it's not heated seats. It's not that deep. It looks like it has a new throttle body maybe too. Look at all that. Brand spanking new. That's new. Belts are brand new. You're getting a good one. Let's start it up, I guess, while we're back here. Idling good. It's fuel injected like I mentioned. Maybe I'll drive it up and down the block just to get one drive before it gets to you, Frank. You gotta get some rims though, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think you need some, nothing crazy, doesn't have to be 15s. Don't get the rims that stick out too much, but I think some nice, low, even stock rims if you can find them. But some nice little 13s or 14s, I think it'll just transform the look, in my opinion. Something else the Bravos have to make them even better is that it has tilt wheel. So I can put it all the way down like that if I want, or I can put it all the way up like this, or I can put it at its highest level. Not a lot of K-Vans have that. Yes, this one has AC. Yes, this one has fog lights. This one even has a rear wiper. All that stuff to me is pretty standard. But find me another van with power windows all around, tilt wheel, rear speakers, this little light whenever you're stepping in and out of your K-Van, and even the AC port in the back. Let's check out this roof too. I was definitely wrong. I thought this didn't open. If the Bravo wasn't cool enough, I really thought it didn't open. I thought only the top opened. Wow. Wow, oh wow. Shout out to Frank, man. You got yourself a good one. You definitely got yourself a good one. What does it look like when you're sitting back here? Wow. Look at this. Look at this. Just sitting on top of my K-Van. Wow. You got this before I could, Frank. Let's just say that. You definitely got this before I could, because I would love a van like this. And then closing it. Pretty straightforward, and then the top goes down. Oh, they go down together. Sick. Even got some curtains back here if you want some additional privacy. Now let's take this on a quick drive. Allison, if you're watching in Texas, the winner of the Jimny, she actually has a Bravo. Check this one out with the glass roof. I don't believe hers has the glass roof, but how does this feel? It also has a power mode, so we can entertain that. I'm not gonna drive it too hard just because it's Frank's, but let's see. As of right now, pretty smooth. Make this left. Oh wow, the e-brake is on. Didn't even realize. One thing I remember when I had my Bravo is that this windshield is so short. Like the street probably goes like all the way up to here, but this one gives you like a sporty short feel. It kind of makes you think you're in like a smaller, like a Honda Beat or something, but you're in this huge van. Well, let me gun it, see how it feels. It's picking up some speed, Now let me put it in power mode. You can see that the power light turned on. Let's see if that made a big, ooh, look at that. I didn't even finish my sentence. Wow, it goes all the way to 7.8. Okay, now you know power mode works. But let me bring this back. Shout out to Frank, shout out to Josh. Let's get one last 360 of this bad boy. Turn the hazards on. Looks like it might have LED fog lights too. This is a good looking van. This is a good looking van. I know I'm getting my Minica and I know I just had a van. I don't need another K-van, but I just love Bravos. Bravos are my favorite K-van if you haven't realized already, but this thing is sick. Before I end this video, I found one more thing I love about this Bravo. So here's the key. Genuine Mitsubishi key. Something that I feel like all cars have, but I feel like it's really annoying and every K car does it, is that the way to lock the door is like this. But when you have passengers or someone on the car, it's kind of hard for them to understand. But you put this down, right? You think all the doors are locked. But if you close it and don't hold the handle while closing it, it'll just come back up. So look, door is not closed. So if I tell someone, hey, just lock the door and do this, nothing will get closed. But this guy eliminates everything. Surprisingly, after 25 years, press this button, boom.
Remember the name. This is way before the fame.